I finally watched a movie that has a nasty vor kiss.
Why is she in his mouth? Anyway.
Whenever someone asks how do vor people kiss, I will show them this clip. But this movie also reminds me of a movie that I did not want to be reminded of. It reminded me of Marmaduke 2022. Yes, that one.
That bad, huh?
It stinks.
Tell me about it.
Okay.
So let's get on with this so I can explain that weird connection. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to this review of The Bad Guys 2. I gave the first movie an 8 out of 10 and have watched all the short movies. The only thing I haven't watched is the TV show. So I like The Bad Guys series enough, but after this movie, I have thoughts and things to say. But for one, I didn't hate it, so please stick with me. I think the animation could be really good, and the action scenes could, really feel like there's some real weight to them, while also being pretty funny at times. But there was also never a moment that made me really laugh. It got chuckles out of me, but the comedy wasn't quite there. One of the biggest problems is the fast-paced animation when it comes to comedy. The jokes can go by so fast that sometimes they just don't let them room to breathe. But when they do, like in this joke for example...
Oh, I love weddings! I mean, you know, I like them. They're fine. I don't care. Whatever.
The joke just doesn't land. The jokes can feel like they're made for the TikTok generation. Like, they set up a joke and within a second, they show the joke. It's too fast. The story itself was alright. I enjoyed the new characters. I like their designs. I really like Kitty Cat and her look. And making her look sexy, I guess, with the little cuts in her shirt. You know why they did that. Why there's cuts right in that little chest area. You know why. I actually really like Diane in this movie and Wolf's storyline in this movie. It was the biggest draw for me to keep watching. Because the other bad guys, well... You know I hate Piranha. His entire thing is pee and fart jokes in this movie. He has zero role in the movie besides the fart joke. And, of course, this movie had them. Webbs was alright. Shark had a couple funny moments. But Snake, I love Snake. Absolutely do. Him and Wolf in the first movie are just a great pair. I totally ship them. And just really enjoy Snake as a character, and they make sure to make him absolutely straight in this movie and just an utter simp.
She's my girlfriend. You're the perfect woman. Need a hand?
Last I checked, you didn't have any.
You never minded before.
Sorry, doll. Look, it's nothing personal.
You are so hot right now. Snake!
His entire character is simp. And at first it's kind of fun, but it gets annoying as the movie goes on. So let me go through this movie as I do so you can understand what I mean. I know I'm already 5 minutes into this review, but let's go. It opened 5 years ago during Webb's first heist with a group over in Egypt. And the first joke here with Shark is honestly pretty funny.
Jasmine told me I need to be more attentive. What? You are very attentive. I know. That's what I told her. Yalla, did you get a haircut?
I did.
Generally, it was a pretty good one. The heist goes very smoothly. We have Wolf showing his monster side, which I feel like is for the furries. And as a furry, I approve. The heist is all about getting the car that he has in the first movie, which he's talking about a heist is just a power move, essentially. Snake hanging his tail out like an arm is a very nice touch as he regurgitates a bomb, which, would you count regurgitating as vor? It's a part they don't show when it comes to vor. Normally it's yeah, I'll let you out, and kind of just fades to black and you don't know how they survive. But you know what? I'm still saying it's vor. And I'll also say the animator who did these scenes definitely enjoys it. They do not have to add that level of saliva into it, for example, but they do. They do, and I know why. Also, what Wolf says here is an audio clip I know people would use if other voices weren't over the top. I know I would. I would love to have that little audio clip to use.
Nice.
You say the naughtiest things.
And then a bad guys chase scene, and the animation is great and where it's at its best. Yeah, there's some like quick joke as I was complaining about before, but it works here because the moment is meant to be quick, it's meant to be fast, so it all works here. Wolf then talks to the audience before cutting to present day where, gasp, they all have to look for jobs.
At a bank.
Why not? Some of my best memories are at banks.
You robbed us 3 times.
Wolf tries to get a bank job, which is like good comedy, and here Piranha does his first fart. At least the joke works here, I'll give them that. Also, they just have a cat now. I think it's like the cat they rescued from a tree in the first movie or something, but they just have a cat. You don't see it again. So the bad guys are being framed for a couple of heists, and Snake is being all weird. Next scene is with Wolf and Diane, who kicks his ass as a kind of flirt, but because he's an ex-con and she's the governor, they can't really date at the moment. It's one of those movie things where it's obvious they'll get together in the end. Wolf decides to go to a police chief from the first movie, now commissioner, and this scene is pretty fun as the characters come in with their expertise and just casually drink and eat their food. I also like Snake's profile as his unicorn outfit. That's kind of cute and kind of gay. I actually did like the commissioner in this movie because she like befriends them all and it's just kind of fun. We do find out the thieves are after a metal called MacGuffin Knight. They all agree it sounds fake, and honestly, it's fun. They're not taking it seriously, and it's what I enjoy about this movie in particular. But the bad guys realize Snake might be the thief, so they go to a luchador wrestling match where Snake is headed. I like this moment with the commissioner, happy like to see the group there.
You too.
Guys! I can't believe you came all this way just to see me arrest the Ah! What was that?
Like, man, she was just becoming friends with him, and then this happens. They see Snake and attack him, but he was just out on a date. And this begins Snake's journey into being a simp. All he does for the rest of the movie is talk about how awesome she is.
Isn't she great?
Even when she betrays him, he's still all like, wow, you're so cool, you're so hot. Even when she betrays him again, it's like, come on, man, she is toxic. Anyway, the pink gal, later named Pigtail, how original, is here to steal a belt that has metal in it. And so we get a pretty decent fight scene with some great camera angles. But she puts a belt on Piranha, and everyone in the crowd thinks they are the thief and chase him down. It gets crazy. But it is where the animation is at its strongest in these weird fun moments. The commissioner also sees what's going on and thinks they betrayed her, so goes after them. It was all part of what I'm going to call the bad girl's plan. Is that sexist? Probably. Snake and the bird, later called Doom, mention how they met by wanting to eat a kid's hamster.
Hey, kid. Are you gonna eat that?
So they are both into vor then. And that's very obvious by the next scene. Yep, it's the vor kiss, and it's very intense and very deliberate. The way she slowly wipes the spit away from her beak, the animators knew what they were doing there. Wolf gets in touch with Diane, who then decides to go talk with Marmalade, the bad guy from the first movie. But yes, the bird is evil and tranquilizes them all. So now we are finally introduced to the villains, the bad girls. I don't remember if they have given themselves a group name. I'm just going to call them that. Again, is that sexist? Probably. My bad. But yes, we are introduced to Kitty Cat, whose design I do kind of dig. Pigtail, who says a very interesting line about butts.
It was great honor to kick the butts of my heroes. The butts were even greater than my dreams.
And Doom, who said it was all just business. But yeah, Snake being a simp now just loves her more. They really wanted to be like, no, Snake is straight and Wolf is also straight and is in love with Diane. It's fine. I'm just joking around. There were some funny moments and it is kind of fun. I'm having some fun here, guys. It is just funny to think about. It's all that was like, no, let's pair them both up now with different people. It's just funny to think about. The bad girls have footage of Diane as her Crimson Paw persona. I mean, it's a persona, but it's also literally a persona, forcing Wolf and the others to join a heist to not get her into trouble. The bad girls want to steal a rocket as a power move, and now we see Marmalade in a weapons that's used in every cartoon in a jail, a Hannibal Lecter reference. Can we please get a new reference? But yeah, he's all randomly buff now, which is fun. I did enjoy his scenes, though he was to play a game. a game of Connect 4.
How would you like to play a game?
What sort of sick game do you want me to...
This is one of those jokes where they set it up and then they do the joke and it's so fast that it's just like, oh, okay, sure. The bad group are going to infiltrate a wedding to get a watch that gives them access to the rocket. Shock does an impression that's kind of fun because, you know, racism.
I'm a little rusty, but I promise to play you respectfully. Mamma mia, where's my flowers? Prego, cappuccino.
Snake does his regurgitating thing while Doom and him hit on each other, so I guess there's still a thing. I don't know, it really is all over the place and just stopped working at this point. Because it's like, is she actually into him? Well, she portrays him again later, spoiler alert. Not that this whole video isn't a spoiler for the movie, but I don't know, spoiler alert. She does portray him later in the movie, so clearly not. But then yes, but no, but yes. It's a mess. Wolf gets in pretty easily with everyone's help, but he panics as the guy from 5 years ago shows up, while Doom actually shot the bride with a tranquilizer. Shark then uses her to kick the priest, which is pretty funny.
Who's ready to get married?
So just everything is going wrong. So there's a change of plans. Wolf pretends to be a bride. So we got Wolf in a dress. I'm amazed the parents are screaming that this is bad for the kids to see a man in a dress. Oh no! In the end, the heist works out pretty perfectly. Piranha pisses himself, of course. But we do get Wolf in his boxes again, so yay for the furries, I guess. Back with Diane, they explain the MacGuffin Knight is a gold magnet, so she goes off to help. So they're getting along now. We get some backstory on Kitty and why she likes lollipops, and, you know, it was interesting enough. But at the same time, Wolf was able to get footage of her admitting they framed him. So the bad guys are going to escape, but the bad girls knew all along that they were going to escape. So they capture them, and we find out the real plan is to go into outer space to use the gold magnet to collect all the Earth's gold. It's nonsensical, but the movie really isn't taking itself too seriously, and that's what I kinda enjoy about it. So they use the magnet on the bad guys to keep them stuck to the ceiling, while also putting in a USB that'll upload the video of Diane, but gives a remote to Wolf that can stop it, but it forces them to the magnet, or they can free themselves, but the video will upload. Honestly, this is a pretty fun scene as they try to, work out how to stop it in time. It was inventive. I did enjoy it. Again, I feel like the animation really works in these kind of moments. Also, Snake does call Doom hot here after being portrayed the second time, and again, it's just not funny now. You could have had this whole storyline of him realizing toxic people exist and why bad people kind of suck, because they will use you. That would have been an interesting storyline talking about toxic relationships. But no, it's just not like that. Even though she would clearly leave him for just a little bit of money. Anyway, in the end, they actually fail and the video goes out, which did surprise me, but it makes sense for whatever the weird little ending they do at the end. But it did surprise me, they did that. But also the video gets thousands of views in 1 second? It took me showing my foot in a thumbnail to get 100 views in half hour. What do I have to do to get those kind of views? Let me know in the comments below.
Say, Timon, I know what we're forgetting to do.
What's that, hog of mine?
We're not wiggling our butts.
The commissioner arrests them, the bad girls are going up into space, but Diane appears and shows off her boss girl energy, which I actually really enjoyed. But here she sees the video and all the messages flood in. The one that says, never trust a fox, it's very rude. You can trust me, I won't eat you. Maybe. She gets tranquilized, but manages to board the rocket as they're about to take off, and Marmalade is released from prison. So it's the sad part of the movie, everyone's kind of defeated, but the commissioner has a change of heart and believes the bad guys. It's very sweet as they all jump to hug her. I really did like her in this movie, and the actual character development. She has the most development in the movie. So with her help, they fly a helicopter to the rocket, and honestly, it's a pretty great fun scene that not only looks great, but goes well with the animation. I could really feel the intensity of this scene. They climb on inside, get into spacesuits, and as soon as I saw Piranha in the suit with Snake, I knew what was going to happen. You know what's going to happen. They all go into a space station and are going to be using a satellite thing to activate the MacGuffin Knight. But then, just as I knew it would, Piranha farts in the helmet with Snake. You know what? Pun intended. I need to stop shitting on farts if we're going to talk about 4. It's fine, it really is. I really do not care, and Lord knows what I get up to. I just think it's funny, okay? I just think it's funny to shit on it. And mostly because I just don't like Piranha. He's such a pointless character. Am I saying if it was wolf farting, then I would be okay with it? Yes. Yes, I am.
Hey, don't kink shame me. I feel very vulnerable right now.
I'm gonna just keep reviewing this movie. So they turn on the machine and all the gold cars flying up to space, one of which is like the car Marmalade is in. And there's some really cool shots here of all the gold kind of swirling around. Some really cool shots. I really dig it. But Piranha farts again. And he inflates like Rocket Man, and it's just... And the girls see them as they're like floating around like a giant fart balloon, and they start bouncing off things, farting a lot, and it's just...
Help me! Stop farting, you maniac!
I'm sorry, but this is a scene that reminded me of Marmaduke 2022. It's so bad and completely ruining this ending with some cool shots, cool action. And when you do this, it just completely ruins this ending. And it's quite obvious why they're doing this. Because there's too much action, there's too much cool stuff. The kids are bored now, gotta have a funny moment, funny fart jokes, so the kids aren't getting bored. You know why that's in here. That's why this scene exists. And it ruins this moment. And then Doom suddenly decides, hey, let's not kill them. Let's help them. Making like Kitty go full crazy, choking her and hitting Pigtail. This was an extremely sudden switch around that just doesn't work at all. The last half of this movie really is losing me. Terrible fart jokes, a sudden change in the main bad girl. Doom decided, hey, let's stop this. We've had our fun. Haha. It's not working. Especially once he keeps leaving Snake anyway. Like, it doesn't work. Wolf then shows up and starts to fight with Kitty to turn off the magnet. And it's great. I was super excited. There's some real weight to the punches and it was really good. But they keep cutting to the fucking fart balloon. And it's just... it ruins the experience. I hate it. In the end, they turn off the machine by ramming a shuttle into it, which was kind of cool looking. It's just how they did it. It's just, ugh. But it does mean they can no longer get back to Earth. Doom and Pigtail save Snake and Piranha, because sure. And then Diane shows up to kick Kitty's ass, and with her no longer being governor, can make out with Wolf. So compared to Zootopia with Nick and Judy, no, this is very much a confirmed couple that love each other. Honestly, I like this. I much prefer these two. This feels very natural and real compared to Doom and Snake. This relationship does work for me, and I'm all for it. So yeah, I guess I'm a Wolf and Diane stan. Yeah. It is kind of funny that Snake comes in calling it gross. That made me realize the entire Sib storyline basically builds up to this one joke. Was not worth it. But now they're falling out of orbit, they're all going to die, so Wolf gives them a pep talk about hope, and then they die. The cut to the funeral is pretty funny, but it's all fake. The bad girls did survive and are being taken to prison. The bad guys are also alive because, you know, it's a movie. And again, it's not taking itself seriously, so I like those kind of moments. But yeah, they're all considered heroes now and not bad guys. And the commissioner brings in 2 agents that want the bad guys to join them with a new team called the International Super Galactic League of Protectors. I'm going with that take. Basically secret agents. So they join them, they get all suited up, and Wolf breaks the 4th wall as they get a new car and the movie ends. Or does it? Of course, there's a credit scene of Marmalade up in space. His plans all worked out and the car turns into a space vehicle and it's time to go home. So I know in the book, Marmalade is an alien. So yeah, they're going with that storyline that Marmalade is an alien. Honestly, I approve of that. I'm so curious what the next movie is going to be now, because they're just, like, stopped caring about, like, trying to be realistic or something like that. No, they're having fun. They're like, no, this is a weird little series. Let's have fun with it. Oops, I hit my microphone. It's a weird series, so I'm curious what will come next. I do wonder how people feel about that in terms of like the movies. In book form, I understand it will feel different, but I'm very curious as to like how people are gonna feel about aliens being in the bad guys. For me, I'm kind of curious to see where it goes from here. But yeah, that's the movie. I very much enjoyed it, but there are a lot of moments that make me go, Some of the jokes work, but I never laughed out loud. The animation is great. There's a couple of there's too many moments where it's like, haha, the plan worked. This plan worked. Basically, the whole movie, everything is just a plan, and it can get a little silly at times. The animation is great. There's some really cool shots, some good camera work, some really interesting moments. But it can be too much sometimes when not doing action scenes. The story is fun, the new characters are good, but Doom and Snake is just a mess, and Snake's whole character's movie just sucks. Piranha is bleh. There's a couple moments that Shark made me laugh, Webbs is just kind of there. But Wolf and Diane were great. I really enjoyed the scenes with them. I don't think this is a bad movie at all. But is it better than the first one? Not really. But is it a bad sequel? Definitely not. Absolutely not. I think this movie works as a sequel to The Bad Guys. It perfectly fits naturally in their kind of story. I like the Commissioner's movie and Wolf's story. The complaints I have about this movie are generally little and kind of just my own kind of problems and things, you know. Like, I know people will get angry at me like I did my Zootopia 2 review, even though I still gave that movie a 9. So let's see how angry you get when I give The Bad Guys 2 a 7 out of 10 foxes. I was thinking an 8, but I gave the first movie an 8, then, you know, I do need to give this one at least 1 point lower. So what did you guys think of The Bad Guys 2? What score would you give it? And am I wrong with how I feel about Snake and Piranha? Would really love to know your thoughts, so please do leave a comment. Follow me on Blue Sky. If you like what I do, please consider donating. I have the PayPal of coffee all linked down below. So please do go follow me. I would really appreciate it. And I really hope you did like this video. Please do give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I love you to. Hit that bell icon. And this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. Ew.